If you're content creating, I have a tip for you that can really change the game when it comes to the content that you are creating. And it's all about how to pick what outfit to use for the content that you're going to be filming and photographing. You want to make sure no matter what your setting is that you pop and you stand out. You want to make sure that you are going to be the focus of the image, even if there's gorgeous mountains or a beautiful ocean or whatever it happens to be. We really need you to be the focus of it. We want people paying attention to you. So the outfit you wear is important. We've talked about dresses, we've talked about skirts, we've talked about convertible outfits, we've talked about a ton of things to level up your content from that physical perspective. They're all in the playlist. Make sure you're checking that out down in the description. But moving forward with that, what colors do you pick? Once you know that you're going to wear like a flowy outfit or a pants outfit or whatever it is, a flowy jacket, whatever. Once you have that figured out, what color do you wear? Because color matters. Color is going to make or break the content you're creating. If you blend in, people aren't going to notice you. So you need to be able to stand out and pop. So here's my trick for this. I want you to know where you're going to photograph or to take video. You know the location you're going to and you know what it looks like. If you've been there before, go back in your phone, scroll back to when we were there the last time, or if you're going to scout things, take a photo. And have a photo from that location. If you have not been there before, if you cannot get there to get a test photo, go to that location's website. They're going to have photos there or their social media. We're just going to grab that real quick. And what you're going to do is put a color wheel over it. So go to Google, grab a color wheel. None of this is going out anywhere. This is just for you visually. So we don't have to worry about copyright theft because we're not actually using it for anything but just real quick looking for ourselves. We're not posting this anywhere. And you are going to pop the color wheel on top of that image. So with these mountains right here, I've been there before. I pulled out a photo that I took a few weeks ago when I was driving by, and I popped a color wheel on there. And the color wheel is going to show me what colors will look best. Red really stands out with the blues, the hazy colors, those greens. Red stands out on mountains. But you know what else I did? I also did blue. I also did yellow. And I used my color wheel to determine what colors would look really good with this. I could have worn green, I could have worn purple, but those colors were not going to pop the same way that the other colors that I wore popped in my images. And because I knew that, I was able to then pack my convertible outfits and make sure I had what I needed so that I had multiple options. In fact, we just did an episode where we talked about convertible options for how you can be creating your content. So I went up here, I was only here for a few minutes, but I did 3 different outfits and it looks like 3 entirely different shoots because I did different angles and I did different things. I can use them at any time and people will not know I shot them all at the same time because of the way that I designed it. So grabbing a color wheel and dropping it onto that image is going to be incredibly helpful for planning what you need to wear to look good in those different settings. Now, if you're going somewhere that maybe doesn't have photos out in the world, like you're going up to a mountain, this is just like an overlook up on a mountain on the parkway. They don't really have photos, or I'm assuming they don't really have photos because why would you? Like, where would that be on a website, right? So you can just Google or you can look up or you can go to stock images and get those mountains. If you're going to the ocean, you don't have to have the exact ocean. You just need an ocean to determine what's going to look good. If you are going to go to a corn maze or you're going to go to an apple orchard, you don't need that specific one. You can Google an image of an apple orchard and then pop the color wheel on it to see what colors will stand out the best. It has to be similar. Now, lighting is, of course, going to make a difference. On a bright sunny day, it's going to be a little bit different than the blue clouds, than the haziness. It's going to be a little bit different than some of the other lighting. So just be mindful of that and bring options, have those convertible things so that you can get multiple looks. When I went up there, I planned 3 outfits, red, blue, and yellow. And you know what? Red was amazing. Yellow, also really good. Blue was not quite as striking as I had hoped, not quite as striking as I thought it was going to be according to the color wheel and some of my testing. Does it still look good? Yes. But was it as popping as the red and the yellow? No. And in fact, when I went, I would rank it the red looked the best, then the yellow, then the blue. They were not even across the board. So by bringing options, I now know what's going to work well. And I have the option of tweaking it based on the lighting. If the lighting had been different, the blue might have been my favorite, but the lighting was the way that it was. And so the red was definitely my favorite.
So use that color wheel, figure out what's going to work best for you, bring a couple options with your convertible outfits, and then make sure that you're taking as much content as possible while you're there so you don't have to go back to recreate things later on. Follow along for more tips and tricks on how you can level up as a content creator, save yourself time and effort, and create more striking content with the least amount of stress on you. We'll see you in tomorrow's daily episode.